Hey everyone, it's January 19th. It's going to be another beautiful sunny day, and I'm leaving Jaffna heading towards Point Pedro. And it's only 30 kilometers to Point Pedro, but I'm going to look for a place as soon as I get close to Point Pedro, because I wasn't able to find anything online, any place to stay, that is. Anyway, I've been here 19 days at Tony's Garden Rest House. It's been great. Too great. Hard to leave. It was beginning to feel like home. So anyway, I'm going to sign off now, and I'll show you some more footage on the when I'm on the road. See you later. Okay guys, I'm back with you. I'm within 10 kilometers of Point Pedro. So it's been a pretty flat ride. Actually, no hills at all. The road is good. The climate is fine. Yeah, there are many, many dogs in Sri Lanka. The majority have mange. Some of them are pitiful. They're on their last legs. No hair, parchment skin. They're miserable. They can barely move. They just stand there, or they lay down in the dust. I guess the dust, kind of helps them in a way to get rid of the parasites, or, stop the itching. But as I'm cycling along with not a whole lot to do but think and ruminate on these things, I started wondering about male dogs and female dogs. Is it better to be born a male or to be born a female? So I thought about it. All things being equal, if they're both born healthy, the male dog soon has to work into the pecking order. His position in that order will be, found out very soon. As time goes on, new dogs are born. Old dogs weaken. The pecking order has to be reestablished. But if you're a healthy dog and a strong dog, you're on the top of the pecking order. But eventually, even the strong dogs weaken, and there's always a dog right behind the top dog waiting to take over. Now, the top dog has to defend his territory, has to defend his position. What does he get out of all this? Usually, he gets to eat first. He gets to mate with the bitches when they're in heat. And I think that's just about it. Now, the females. What do they get out of all of this? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that they give birth to the puppies. They don't have to defend a territory as much as a male dog. Even the top male dog knows not to mess with a bitch when she has puppies. Now it seems the females are stronger. They give birth to 3, 4, 6, 8 puppies. As soon as the puppies are gone, they come into heat again. And sooner or later, they get pregnant again. Now this is really tough on a dog. The females have multiple litters. After, 2, 3, 4, 5 litters, they look terrible. I'm wondering, to be born a dog, a male, or to be born a bitch? Please let me know what you think. So, I'm within, say 10, 12K of Point Pedro. And this is downtown Point Pedro, Sri Lanka. So after Jaffna, this is the second largest city on the peninsula. From here, I'll be going to a small place called Kilinoki, and then from there, Mulativa, and then farther south down to Trincomalee. But this is my place for today. I'm going to find a grocery store, get some bananas and milk. Indoor market in Point Pedro. I just picked up some bananas. Most point of Sri Lanka. I'm on my way south from here. No particular goal today, just try and get, maybe 40K, something like that. There's a good strong wind out there, and the road is a less than secondary road, but it's still paved, and I'm on my way. I'll catch you later. I'm on the B371 highway heading south. It is a spectacular highway, very clean. It's not really a highway, it's a good primary road, but it's beautiful and it looks very good. So let's go. I've been on the road for about half an hour now. It must be 7:30 or so. No wind at all. The sun is coming up. We've got rice fields all over. Yeah, it's looking very good, and the road is beautiful. Wow, piece of luck here. Now the only thing is that there is a lot of trash on the side of the road. Maybe the camera will pick it up, but maybe it won't. So, a global problem. I lived in Japan for 40 years, and in last year, I guess it was May, I did a 2,700 kilometer tour in Japan, along basically almost 90% on the coast, north from Kyoto to the top of Japan. Now, invariably what happens there, as it does all over the world, services begin to open up there. So every place like that in Japan has a parking lot. Generally there are 2 or 3 huge buses full of tourists. There are usually 2 soft ice cream outlets where you can buy all kinds of crap. And then there's often 1 or 2 coffee shops selling outrageously high-priced coffee that is not very good. And then usually off to the side there'll be an older establishment that's been there for years, and they'll offer a local dish. Now they've tweaked this so that they can get it out to tourists very quickly, and they advertise it as the Japanese equivalent of home cooking, and it costs a fortune, and it's just not what you expect. But anyway, as you look down on the coast or out to the auspicious rock or whatever, you will see mounds of fishing gear and boat paraphernalia, usually in the form of broken styrofoam boxes, miles and miles of nylon and polypropylene roping. The Japanese, many of them will say, oh, this stuff is from Korea, but there's got to be a lot of Japanese junk in there too. I wonder what the Koreans would say. And I'm going to sign off now. An update. Nothing has changed. Lots and lots of greenery. The road is flat. The sun is out. Everything is the same as it was an hour ago. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. In spite of it being somewhat boring, it's still very beautiful. It's all new. One thing I did see, I saw a flock of peacocks. Now, I know that sounds like, what? A flock of peacocks? Usually, my knowledge of peacocks is they're in ones or sometimes two, but there were maybe a dozen, I assume. And as I went by, they all looked up at me and they just sort of went back to feeding. But a flock of them, isn't that something? Okay, I'll check in with you later. So I made it to Natarang, 81K today. I put on the last 10K, we're looking for a place to stay, and I found a place a little more than I wanted to pay. It'll do for tonight. Anyway, I'm happy with the way things are going. I'm on my way to the coast tomorrow, and I'll just enjoy that time. So I'm talking now into the camera, and people are looking at me and wondering, what is he doing? Anyway, all is well. I'm going to have a good night's sleep here, and I'll see you first thing in the morning.